Well, hey, mamas. Jessyka Coulter here, CEO and founder of Jessyka Tutoring. We're outside today as we wrap up our series all about middle school. So, if you've watched the other videos, be sure to drop me a yes down below because we've talked about elementary school, we've talked about studying, we've talked about the hand holding versus independence. Today, I want to focus on that next step. Okay, we all know middle schoolers are eventually going to go to high school. But what you might not know when you're teen, your tween, just getting ready to start middle school, probably doesn't know is that some of these things about middle school, they don't change even when middle school is over. So definitely stick with me to the end as we talk about grades, as we talk about those teachers and expectations, let alone what else doesn't change in high school. Okay, there's lots of things similar. And before I get into it, I do also want you to know I have an awesome event happening just next week. We start on July 31st, 2023, called Best Semester Ever. Links in the description. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. All right. So I was a little warm, so I apologize because I'm looking, nice and sweaty out here. But do know so many parents, so many students, so many people that I talk to tell me grades in middle school don't matter. It breaks my heart when I hear that. It really, really does. And the reason is simple. Number one is that, yeah, those grades in middle school don't go on a high school transcript. Yeah, they don't go, for any colleges or jobs. But there are classes that can be taken in middle school that count for high school credit. And that's a whole other thing. But the thing is, grades in high school do matter big time. Okay, like huge. And for our teens, we go throughout middle school thinking it's okay to not do assignments, it's okay not to study for tests, it's okay just to, be there but not do any learning or any work. Well, good or bad, like we talked about earlier this week, middle school might be 2 years, it could be 4 years, like it used to be where I lived. And, that's a long time for our teens, our tweens, to think, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to get into any habits, any practices that are going to help me in high school, college, and beyond. Okay, so that's my number one beef when people tell me grades in middle school don't matter, is that unfortunately me as a study skills tutor, when I meet students freshman year or even later in high school and the grades aren't the best, things aren't going well, it all started in middle school. So do not tell your children grades in middle school don't matter, because I gotta tell you, it's very, very hard to all of a sudden tell them summer before freshman year of high school or even in freshman year of high school, oh, by the way, your grades matter now, when they haven't mattered for so many years up to then. Okay. So more to talk about. Before I do, I want to say hey to everybody, all the mamas that are watching here on Facebook and on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining me. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to follow Jessyka Tutoring Facebook business page and channel, because we're all about learning here, study skills, and helping your children, your tweens, your teens, your young adults love to learn. All right, two more things I want to tell you about high school. Number one is teachers, like I mentioned, and then I forgot to mention electives. Okay, so when it comes to electives, real quick, just know that your children had electives in elementary school, so that's not a surprise. Okay, but the big thing is your children were in a class and they stayed with that class all the time. Okay, so they went to music class, they went to PE, they went to lunch, they did all these things, especially electives, only with that group. In middle school and high school, that's not the case. Okay, middle school might be the very first time that your seventh grader gets to interact with eighth graders at the same time. So that mix can be a little tough if your children aren't ready for it. Okay, and even more of a concern is this teacher thing and the expectation thing. So we talked about, when we talked about comparing middle school to elementary, the idea of moving classes, but I'm not sure I remembered to mention the idea that not only are we moving different classes, different teachers, different rules, different expectations. So that goes back to that grade thing. Okay, some teachers your kids are going to love. Some classes, some teachers, your tweens are going to maybe even hate or really struggle with. And you've got to have that talk about, what do you do? Why does this happen? How do we handle it? And that's something I definitely cover in my Love to Learn Study Skills program, but do definitely have that real talk with your about to be middle schooler. Okay, so those are the three things I wanted to mention. If you've got questions, you've got comments, I want to hear them down below so I can follow up with another video or even reach out to you directly. And before I forget, if you're watching and maybe you haven't heard of the event, Best Semester Ever, I do want you to sign up for free at the link in the description so you can listen to me and 31 other awesome, amazing learning and parenting experts. It's going to be 7 days, 32 interviews, all designed to help you and your teen, your tween, your middle schooler, your high schooler, your college kiddo, your young adult have an awesome semester. So thanks for watching. See you soon in the next video.